Mike the Ref Maloney, Big Bad Boris on the call here tonight.
Let's go!
Third! The Super Kick Party! Yeah, pay the money for that.
And of course, you gotta get the coffin spin. Hey, yo, and away we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wednesday night AEW Sidecast here on the Mike the Ref Twitch channel here. Good to see everybody here today, and it's been a really great week so far. I'll have to say, looks like I'm a little bit higher than normal, so I'll just bring myself down a little bit here. Sort of due to the new camera that I got in the raised elevation. I just picked up the Elgato prompter here, so I am actually going to be able to read you guys a lot quicker now, and I don't have to turn my head over here to check it out. I can check it out right in front of me here, so we're going to try this out, see how it goes. We're in a little bit of a testing thing right now, but yeah, that came in today. We finished Horizon Zero Dawn last night, which was great. Great story. Great way to finish it up. And then, yeah, we're starting, as we announced at the end of the stream yesterday, March 4th, we're going to start up Tears of the Kingdom here, and that'll be our new Monday night game for us. And then, yeah, we're humming right along. The Nintendo Direct this morning was absolutely fabulous, with Killer Instinct getting its first release on Nintendo since I was in high school. The last time Killer Instinct was actually on a system was 1996 on a Nintendo system. 1996. God, that makes me feel old. But yeah, other than that, watching everything go down today, wrestling is turning out to be great. This is going to be a very interesting card for the fact they've only announced two full matches and two part matches here for tonight's Dynamite episode. We got FTR taking on the Blackpool Combat Club in Moxley and Castagnoli. And then we have that superstar six-man tag with Samoa Joe, Brian Cage, and Swerve Strickland taking on Adam Page, Hook, and Rob Van Dam. Sorry, I forgot all about it. Hey, Zodiac, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Great to see you here today. I hope that today's Nintendo Direct did you well. Did me well. I'm hoping to, even though I suck at it, I do hope to get into a little bit of KI later. Might have some time next week to get into it, honestly, and the one thing I'm really enjoying is the fact that RC Racer is now available on the Nintendo Switch Online personally. That was a game that, that was a lot of quarters in the arcade when they actually had that same game, well, mostly part of that game available in arcades there, so. Penny something or others look really good. Yeah, like that game from the makers of Sonic Mania, it looks like your typical Sonic game, and I'm all here for it because everything looks really smooth, really cool, really brought in. So I feel that it was overall, I think the Direct was a bit of a win. I love the fact that there are so many people trolling different places right now, such as PlayStation people are trolling Xbox saying things are going down. No, they're getting their games out to everybody. The fact that Grounded has gone out, and now they're looking at, they confirmed that Sea of Thieves and Hi-Fi Rush are the other two. And kids, if you have not played Hi-Fi Rush and you got a PlayStation, this is a must-buy. I will say that. That was, while I don't have, I don't have specific ranks for games, that was one of my S tier games that I had ranked earlier this year. So we did the end of year rankings for games I played last year, and Hi-Fi Rush. Actually, Hi-Fi Rush is the current video that's most recent on our YouTube channel. So please feel free to check that out on our gaming channel here. And I actually dropped the playthrough I had actually today. So it makes a lot of sense and a lot of fun to check out here. But it's actually pretty funny because we don't need a lot of time to talk about the preview for Dynamite tonight, because with the two matches that are been fully announced, we also heard that we're going to be getting two women's matches tonight, because they're also announcing that Deonna Purrazzo, which, you know, right here, and Toni Storm are both going to be in action tonight. No matches officially announced, but they're in action. That's a start. We'll see how that goes. And I think the biggest news that we just got from AEW today was actually off camera again, and it wasn't Tony Khan shooting his mouth off the way that he doesn't need to. It was the former VP of live events for WWE, Jennifer Pepperman, has signed with AEW and will be working on producing live TV production with them. And I think that will be another voice that will be able to get more of a women's exposure on the cards, which I feel is something we're starting to work our way into. And don't get me wrong, I don't want to see that much of a women's... I don't want to see the women portrayed in any bad way in this case, but I do want to see more women's wrestling coming on. So, and I got a feeling that it's sort of an inevitability here with TK and whatnot. So, and with the fact that Mercedes Moné is pretty much supposed to be coming in this in just a couple weeks here. And once I finally, I want to get graphics done up and all that. So I do have a special guest for that show in Boston, Big Business, that we're going to have somebody on for the watch along here. I do want to continue. I want to get some more people on so we can hang out and watch it together and see maybe how it goes. I know, Zodiac, you said you're interested. Well, we may have to talk in the background here and see if we figure things out, but we're going to have lots of opportunities here because starting, well, hell, we're only 2 weeks away now. March 6th, we're going to be doing AEW Dynamite as well as AEW Collision in terms of a sidecast. And immediately following those, starting on the 9th, because I'm not paying for a digital, I want physical, we will start the GM mode for WWE 2K24. So I am really looking forward. Bit of a slut for guesting and talking. Hey, there is nothing wrong with that whatsoever. I just love the fact that I can look at you chatting right up here instead of down there. So it always works out. The only thing it doesn't show me is the channel point additions here. And thank you, Mr. Zodiac, for contributing another 2,000 today, it looks like. What's our total anyway here for the How the Ref Would Book Challenge? We're almost halfway there. 73,000. Of our 150,000 goal. Truth be known, I am going to have to start getting a script together now that I have this prompt. For those that weren't here at the beginning of the stream, I do have the Elgato prompter now. So one of the benefits is I'll be able to read scripts off as I'm talking to you guys, like as you would do in a professional video. But the other bonus is I don't have to turn my head all the way this way to see you guys. I can look directly right into the camera to talk to you. So, and I think the picture's still turning out pretty good here. The angle's a little bit different. I'm going to have to play with that because it chops my head off a little bit here as we go. But as Dynamite gets on the air here, I wonder how the rest of this card's going to be filled out. Or are they just going to let BCC versus FTR take an hour? I love the fact that one of the first oh man, this is funny. So there's a nice. Oh, they're right back there. That's why. This is going to be a fun match just to start off the night. Want that long match? No commercials. Let's go. Hey, if we could get an hour-long match for this, I'd be all over it. Like, one of the best matches last year, period, was the Bullet Club Gold versus FTR match for the tag team titles on Collision there. That I think it was like 54 minutes or something to that effect. So for me, that was absolutely spectacular. But the one thing I also like about having this match right now is the fact there's a little bit of animosity here. For the simple fact that Moxley attacked Dax after the bell. Like, after he got the choke out, he decided to go choke out some more again. Like, for me, I'm so looking forward to this here. So, is it this match or the 6-man match that you guys are looking forward to most? That's the one question I got. Because we got 2 real star-studded matches here. And then we're also supposed to get 2 women's matches. Unless they're actually going to have Toni Storm and Deonna Purrazzo face each other. Because in the poster, they said that both teams are going to be both wrestlers are going to be in action. Okay, so that makes sense a little bit. This is where that whole Dynamite thing or Collision thing is going to help us here, because they were just talking about how FTR doesn't have as good a record as Blackpool Combat Club. But when you only watch one show a week, you're not really going to tell that because, well, I think this might be the second time in maybe 6 months we've seen FTR on AEW TV with Dynamite. Collision, they're on all the time, but... And I don't mind the fact that they're segregated for their... for the rosters. It gives us some time to breathe with some other characters, right? So... Sorry, I've just gone with the straight idea. Are rankings different per show? No. They just have they don't even have separate rankings for the titles. Like, literally, they have men's rankings, women's rankings, and tag team rankings. They don't have, they list both champions in the top 5 contenders total. Which I think is a little bit of a misnomer here and just shows why the rankings aren't really going to mean a whole lot. As much as they're going to say they're going to mean a lot, they're a plot device. And a plot device is only good based on what you use it for, right? So... But yeah, I got a feeling they're going to put this match on for at least a good half hour here. So one other thing I noticed this week, and just going through my perusals online and checking things out, they were talking about the House of Black earlier. Malachi Black actually had a training program with his students at his academy. He actually showed up a YouTube video of a showcase show and actually got Tony Schiavone to call the entire show. The last time I remember that being used smartly was when Britt Baker collected victory on Dark the Razor. That's exactly it, right? Like, they don't... Okay. Oh, Sting and Darby have another video. I do hope that Madison Rayne Deonna Purrazzo match gets a few minutes to work, so... Like, it's with any plot device when you use it when it comes to wrestling. Any gimmick, any plot device. It's all about how you use it properly, right? Like, hell, look at Toni Storm. She's been given 3 different gimmicks, and finally she found one that worked. I have to admit, those tights that FTR are wearing right now, if they're supposed to be white, they need to get some bleach, I think, personally, but... All right, that was something. But this is a match we've been waiting for forever. I can't take Sting and Darby as champs seriously. It feels like too much of a gimmick for the feels. And I can't say I disagree with you. I don't like how it's been done. And I said this for a while now, and I do believe it, that this is being used as part of a storyline to end up getting, and I know we talked about it last week, we said it was either going to be either FTR versus the Bucks or Edge and Christian, Copeland and Christian versus the Bucks, for lack of a better. Because I don't see the Bucks hanging on those championships too long because, well, there's a couple reasons. One, I don't think they really get elevated with them having the titles as long as they do, unless they start doing something a little more regularly. Like, don't get me wrong, I like what they did for the gimmick change and whatnot, and stressed in real life kind of thing. But at the same time, like, it's great that they made a change, but... Oh, Dax took a bullet. That actually made a lot of sense how they did that there. Was Cash there doing the Superman pose just for the hell of it? I love this. One for the front, one for the back. You can't cover up here. So, FTR is running up the heels here? Oh, here we go. Some old school. God, I love the old school abdominal stretch here. Except they didn't even get caught on the first one. Usually when you're dealing with a heel team, they must be out of out of the fields for that because they just... Where are they tonight? Oklahoma. Tulsa, Oklahoma. There was actually a post earlier. Ref Aubrey, she always does her nails pre-show. She actually did it in the colors of the former team there, the Tulsa Wings, the former WNBA team before they moved to Dallas. The reason I remember so easily that they're at Tulsa here tonight. They had the biggest guy doing PR this week everywhere was Jake Hager, which I'm assuming Norman and Tulsa are like close. Well, frankly, when it comes to the states, everything's relatively close when it comes to things in the same state, unless you're in California, Florida, or Texas, or Louisiana. Outside of those four, everything sort of melds together, I feel. Either that or I need to get out a little bit more. Well, I need to get out a little bit more either way. What is Moxley doing to his arm? He doing choppy to his arm? Unless Samson's going to get pulled over now and Moxley's out. My God, these uppercuts. Oh, wow. Dax went for the boot and Claudio just said nope. Oh, wow. Tried to go for the pile driver. He just said nope. Jesus. Well, Claudio's got a little bit of strength on him, I do believe, here. Once again, everybody, thank you for popping in here tonight. I hope everybody's doing well. That was uglier than it... Okay. I guess Claudio's offense sometimes can be a little bit stronger than a lot of people believe here. I really wonder if they're not... Oh, God, no way. Still pile driver on the floor. That's how you steal the opponent's finisher, right? Oh, here we go. Picture. So sorry, Zodiac. We don't get the entire no picture-in-picture or no commercial thing, but at least it's picture-in-picture at this point. As we hit the 15-minute mark already on the first match, and it hasn't felt like it. It really hasn't. And I'm assuming that we're going to get... Yeah, boo, I know. Oh, just for you, let's get that in there. I guess we can't be perfect, but they also need to pay bills too, right? So... But I have to ask, what are you guys looking forward to the most when it comes to Revolution coming up in a week and a half? I still got to get a hold of the venue, whether we're going to have our watch party or not. I haven't got anything confirmed yet. I'll let you guys know next week. Because if I don't have it confirmed, we'll end up doing a watch-along here for the pay-per-view if I don't have anything confirmed. So I'm getting the show one way or the other. So either way, you know, I'm going to be watching it. I hope you guys are too. Guys and girls, sorry. Interesting setup for a rest hold here. Are they going to do a Regal stretch? Nope. Just doing a straight STF at this point. Like, anybody that tries to comment that Moxley isn't a good wrestler, they're just flat old wrong. I don't know what other way to put it. Just, you're plain old wrong. There's so much that Moxley does, not only here, but for the independents. And all that Moxley was ever asking for is just an opportunity to do his thing. And it just seems like it didn't click in WWE. They didn't understand what it was, or they didn't want to understand, one or the other. But I do appreciate wrestlers that are willing to take a chance on themselves here. And hell, all four of these guys in the ring are an example of it, right? And it's going to be interesting to see how many people we actually get as for big business, who we're going to get to debut. Are we going to get one person? Are we going to get two? Are we going to get three? Because you know Ospreay's going to be in town because he's on the pay-per-view a week and a half earlier, right? I don't know whether he'd fly home, but I'd assume he'd stick around for a few weeks of TV. I just find it funny watching all these matches here that I think of AEW Fight Forever. And every match lasts like 2 minutes tops. I'd really appreciate if they added a little bit of resiliency into what they have there with Fight Forever, but there's a lot of things I wish they'd do. I know we still have to get into the DLC that just came out, the season pass. Swerve Strickland, Jamie Hayter, and a fight at the beach, apparently. There's a rig where you can drown someone. And yes, I mean literally drown, because you got them underwater and you're pitting them for at least the 3 counts. So when you're covering their lungs and they can't breathe in, you know. Jesus! Cass just rung Moxley's bell with that one. As long as you keep a gun away from him, he's fine. And if you haven't heard, they are going to trial actually on Wheeler's misdemeanor about brandishing a gun at somebody while at a traffic stop. I think this was the most appropriate,
you idiot,
that we've had in a very long time. Thought it was a big rig now. Nice spear. Spear into a small package. That was a nice little bit of wrestling there. Well, Moxley knows now. Shot him a rig. Oh, wow. Oh, there's Superbox. By the way, have any of you guys heard the latest comments that have come out regarding future MK1 characters and their ever forgiving of old men doing sex trafficking charges? I'm pretty sure that, oh God. I'm pretty sure Cena's got, he might be bulletproof, but This might be one too many bullets for him here. Is Vince a character? Well, he's definitely not a character in 2K20. Oh, wow. Okay. Sorry, I'll get back to that in a sec here. That's gotta hurt. Nope, still got out of it. No, John Cena next week. Orange Cassidy, Mike Bennett? Okay. Sorry, I didn't realize we're getting that tonight. John Cena, who's going to be in Mortal Kombat 1 next week as... We're going to be checking that out next week, by the way. He basically turned around and said Vince is... all we have to do with Vince is, I love Vince. Vince the man is a great man. It's hard to tell what he actually did or didn't do, and I'm like, no, it's actually pretty easy to figure out what he did. Sorry, got a couple messages came in here. Sorry, I just checking those quick here. But yeah, we got a big week of content coming in next week. Both with Ed and with Peacemaker. Coming in for 2 different fighting games, so. And hell, somebody's going to get $1 million for playing Street Fighter 6 this week. I was actually watching that during the week here. That was a deadlift. Tell a man who groveled to China for being taken out. Yeah, that's fair. Look at this! Let's just get into a slap fight at 29 minutes here. This is going to time limit. No, they're not going to get it. He doesn't have it secured. Oh, here it is. Another time limit draw. That's 2 in 3 weeks. Is Toni Khan playing with fire here? You knew FTR was willing to take a loss, and Blackpool usually doesn't. No, this will go to the pay-per-view. This is setting up a match at the pay-per-view. No, we're not no T-Taz. Don't confuse the damn crowd. All right, well, here come the victim wrestlers, and the guy's not on the card tonight. Like the draw reminds people that you could have one. I don't mind it, but it's also the fact we had one two weeks ago between Hangman and Swerve. Oh, that was cute. That was cute. We haven't seen that one in a while. UWF. How the hell did that reference come in here? But I do like the draw for the mere fact we could have this again. Oh, here comes Cash. Cash just getting himself right in the middle of this. This is amazing. Cash doesn't even know where he's got Moxley grabbing over him, and all he does is swearing and cheering. So that's why Samson's not at the ring. He's back here doing this promo. All right, well. I like Samson's. We're probably like, I don't want him out there, but I got to have him out there. All right, this is going to set up the match, the pay-per-view. I wonder if they're going to do 2 out of 3 falls, or are they going to do no time limit, or last man standing. You got to think that they're going to be doing some sort of stipulation here as we move along here. But having Orange Cassidy come out, that's a whole different ball of wax right now. And I don't know if they're fast forwarding the same storyline that they did with him just wearing out more and more just to lose the title to somebody who's just over domineering, like Samoa Joe or Jon Moxley in this case. But yeah, I got a feeling we're going to be setting up for a pay-per-view match here. So, but yeah, while we're here and we got our full commercial, I got to make my plugs too, and I will be next week. I think next week I'll set up a graphic detailing what exactly we're going to be doing for the next month here. But starting 2 weeks from today, we're going to be doing both AEW Dynamite and AEW Collision on for our sidecast here weekly, all here on the Twitch channel, all free for you guys, as well as we're going to be playing a little WWE 2K24. Please note, we're not going to be able to do that on the Wednesday because, well, frankly, the game isn't out yet. But we're going to have all our games lined up here, and I think I got everything settled down here. There's one game left to clear up from this month, and that's Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which we're 2 chapters away from finishing. 3 chapters. Sorry, we're on chapter 5, and there's 7 of them. It is a live service game, but they do have a story there. So we're going to get through that story. And then we are completely opened up, and I do have some plans here. We're going to get everything fired up. We are going to have a little bit of the Backbreaker Fight Club involved as well. It's going to be a ton of fun here. So, and yeah, we got some big things coming on this summer here. Like just like AEW just seems to be growing right now. We're growing as well. I know that there's been a lot of complaints that from the talent saying that there's been rumors that people backstage have been complaining that that the show isn't growing, the attendance is dwindling, and the morale is low, and that Tony Khan's basically being a little ostrich-like. I think the best way to put it, put the head in the ground in terms of it. I don't feel that way. I think he obviously sees the numbers, but he also knows that it's going to take time to grow something that big. That's what she said. So are we going to get this FTR moment or are we not? Matt Taven, my God, last week. I am so happy that everybody got to see what Matt Taven was really like in terms of a caliber of a wrestler. So I'm assuming you guys would agree as well that, you know, with Taven there, that he did an absolutely fantastic job there in that match. Yeah, he's got a wrist. You know, I haven't seen Miro in a minute. What happened to him again? Well, from what I know, he's primarily a Collision guy. I don't know the last time I've seen him on Collision, but it could also be a point of if there's people that... Oh, wait. I'll get to that right after I'm done with FTR here. All right, let's just... At least when they... at least they have a different referee in the ring than what was back there. Because I hope that wasn't pre-taped. I don't know how it could be. But... No, it might be a case where Miro just... They haven't had anything for him and he wants to leave, but they don't want to let him go. But the last time I saw him personally was the pay-per-view match against El Idolo. When he said El Idolo out of town. And that booking that was just, all right. I didn't see CJ Perry just randomly doing a turn like that and then not siding with Miro at the end of that. But there's probably more to it to know. And once again, that's a reason why we're getting into Collision as well, so we can fill in a lot of these blanks. I don't know if he wants out or not, but I think he wants, you know, if he's not going to get the booking that he wants, there have been stories, there have been rumors, and it sort of seems warranted that Miro was always a guy that wanted to... He never wanted to lose. He always wanted to be... Because he was always the Redeemer. He's always that final boss kind of character. Orange Cassidy ain't waiting. Oh, thanks, David. You're down. But here's a bit of a difference here for... Cassidy, have you guys noticing this? That the fact that Orange Cassidy has gone to a lot more aggressive now than he used to be. Like, he's taken the title a lot more seriously than he normally would in this case. That was a very fun right hand. there's so much just complete sidebar here, getting into Mike Bennett here. It's such a good sign to see a good guy like this who's had his demons. He's faced his demons, and he's gone through everybody. He's not afraid to talk about his demons. If you haven't seen him on social media, he's very vocal about the challenges that he went through and the fact he got through. They got to do something with his character. His gimmick is nice, but should go somewhere at this point. Yeah, like, it makes sense with Cassidy. He's got a... It's like everybody else in this world. You want to be as lazy as possible. Everybody has those days where they just don't want to do anything. Like, they just, would like to slide on through and not have a problem with anything. But then when stuff hits the fan, you got to get serious. And that's what it looks like coming up with Cassidy here. He's starting to get to the point where things are going to get serious. But here's the problem with, not having to advance his character at all. All he has to do is show up and he gets over. So where's Wardlow at all this? There goes the ref. Shot in the nuts. Yep, I saw that coming about 16 miles away. There's his finisher. So Bennett does use a pile driver whenever he gets a chance. And here we go. Got a big pace more bills. One thing I find interesting and also disappointing in many ways is you don't see many of the titles for ROH on the ROH TV, right? Like, outside of Athena, which, by the way, if you get a chance, tomorrow night, ROH TV, I believe it comes out at 7 Eastern, 5 Mountain, 4 Pacific. I believe the main event is Nyla Rose versus Athena. 2 out of 3 falls, but it's a tables match. So basically, somebody's got to go through 2 tables to lose the match, basically. So I think that's actually a pretty cool concept. The last time I saw an elimination tables match, that would have had to have been the Dudleys and the Hardys way back in the Attitude Era days. Pretty sure that was a Royal Rumble at the Garden. Yeah, it was Royal Rumble 2000 at the Garden, I do believe. It was the match right after Kurt Angle and Taz, which I think opened the show in about 30 seconds there. Believe me, I could be wrong, but I do remember it was at the Garden just because of the way the setup was there. I love that they're not really stopping here as they're going along here. They're just going back and forth here in this matchup. And I really do hope that this is a match that actually gets to showcase Bennett and what he can do. Because I know there's been nothing but glowing reviews for Matt Taven after that Texas Death Match last week, which I'll admit, going into it, I'm like, why the hell are we having this match? And when it was done, it was just simply bravo. Just simply bravo. I know the ending looked a little stupid, but it it fit. It fit very well. And it also plays to the long-term storyline that you have Orange Cassidy just getting worn down by everybody. So theoretically, next week, Orange Cassidy should be facing Wardlow. Sorry, chat, just had a quick mute there. Like, that was one hell of a punch. I have to say, that was a great punch. I love it. Bennett pulling off the mic here. Now Shivani's got to wipe the sweat off the ears off that thing to use it. Ha! Oh, there we go. They're all like, hit him here again! Hit him here again! Yeah, I think they're in a hockey rink actually, because the Tulsa Oilers play there. I believe they're ECHL or one of the lower leagues. So yeah, they can talk about the concrete all they want just because it's a hockey arena, right? So they're going to Worcester, and then they're coming up to Canada, I believe, is the week after that. So they're doing a double taping of Collision and Dynamite that week? That's WrestleMania week. That makes sense. Gotch pile driver. Very nice. Oh, look at that. Look at that armband. He's still got the Jay Briscoe armband on there, right? Very cool. Gonna go for a Superman punch himself? Nope. Okay. That was a shot. That was a shot. Like, why? Okay. And Cassidy just gets up on the skin of his teeth again. I'm assuming Taven's going to come down and beat the living crap out of there. He is. Can't even get the sentence out, and he's already in the ring beating him up. Which makes sense. Who's going to come out to help? Is anybody going to come out and help? Jake Hager, of all people. Well, if you're going to do it, get the hometown boy to do it. That makes sense. Hager makes his return. But here's the biggest question of all right now. Where is Jake Hager's hat? Well, convenient that they have that graphic there. Perpetual heel Jake Hager comes out to save. I guess, maybe they're turning a new leaf with Hager. We'll see. But I'm glad that the pay-per-view is starting to take a little bit more shape. We only do 3 matches going in. Now we're starting to get the bulk of the card fixed up here. Oh my. They're actually going to let Hager they're going to let Hager. Who the hell is in the... This is getting the full 12 seconds here, thanks. You're way behind. We just hit the commercial break. Just if you want to reference on where we're going here, and you'll see why here in just a moment. You must... Zodiac, I wonder what you're watching on. Are you watching on the app, or are you watching... Are you watching on the TV? That's the thing I'm wondering here about this, because it almost feels like you're watching on... I know when I'm watching the hockey... Oh, you watch on Hulu? Okay. That makes sense, because what'll happen, like, I got cable here, so I get it right as it happens. Did something new come out about Ric Flair? Well, no. Does there really need to... Oh, there is. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. My bad. There is something new that came out. I don't know if this is actually storyline or actually something coming out for real, but Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, the big guy over on SmackDown right now, he put out a tweet today, or an X post on Exeter, or whatever you want to call it. Yes, I know what you want to call it, but beside the point. He announced that $7 per Productions, or whatever his company's called, is producing another Ric Flair biopic. I don't know whether I take the actual truth of this statement. If it is true, why? We've had enough of them. But the one thing I did notice in his tweet is he was, and it's actually when I stopped reading it. It's when he was talking about if it's for the Rockets to improve his image, for sure, probably, but still. As soon as Ric Flair was Johnson talked about how, it was so many years, but Ric Flair eventually got to finish his story, not right away. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, is he actually producing this, or is he just going to come out with these different items that are going to come up talking about how different people got to finish their story, but not right now? Directly in correlation to what's going on with getting the WWE Championship. And the fact that he toiled in WCW and all that. Finisher Flair. Hey Vic, how you doing here tonight, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Have you gotten a chance to check out all of Dynamite here yet, or are you just catching up now? The hell do you want here, Flair? So Flair's upset about... Oh, yeah, here we go. Flair wants to be in the Bucks corner. Here we go. You've been watching? All right. I hate the saying finish the story. It's become such a dumb saying. Hey, I got to use finish the story last night when it came to Horizon Zero Dawn. We got to finish that last night, so... Smoke break carried into the opening. Nice. First one was fun. That first match was absolutely great. An hour. We get to hear a promo from Garcia now. Her Nash can't attend this show because of WWE. Yeah, like... Anyone with a Legends contract with WWE cannot attend AEW matches at this point. It's been... that's what Kevin Nash mentioned there. And if Kevin can't get in, who can? Let's just call a spade here. How many guys are trying to do that dance and really shouldn't? But it was also confirmed as well. I'm pretty sure this is common knowledge already. Van Dam had a WrestleMania 40 match schedule, but it got canceled as soon as he took the first. He took the first. Took that first booking with AEW. With WWE's permission, which is the absolute dumbest thing in the world. All right, we were talking about this last week. It makes sense to have Garcia versus Cage. That way he can hold off Copeland for later. Do I think he's going to win against Cage? I still think it's going to be Christian that do the dance. No. We only do one dance here. And we will do that for the main event set. Now RVD is on AEW. Well, here's the thing. We all know that RVD could go. We've seen it here. And now that he was guaranteed that WrestleMania 40 match and then it got canceled after WWE gave him permission to work an AEW show, which I don't know if RVD was smoking sun when he got that response. I'm just saying. But if he's going to give that up and now RVD wants to work, Tony Khan probably feels like he has to do this to make it up to him. I love this with Garcia. He's starting to explain his turn here, right? Except for me, I ain't dancing that stuff. That's too much hip for me. Wow, here we go. I would hope so. I don't think it's going to happen, but I would love to see it happen here. Here he comes. You got a message for him. Might as well deliver it personally. I still love his entrance music all the way back from Impact days. I'm glad that he makes the rules on this. Uh-huh. I don't even know if he has to be the number one contender. He just a contender. He got the title shot. That's great. Really? Unfortunately, you're still not there. Cody Rhodes is still alive. Actually, Brody Lee, I would say, is even more dominant. Chat, who's the most dominant TNT champion ever? Is it actually Christian? Or would you say Brody Lee, Cody Rhodes, Darby Allin? I know Christian's riding high right now, but dominant Cody or Miro, absolutely. Really? Ha! Oh, we knew he was. We know he was going there. What the heck? Okay. Uh-huh. Who's your daddy? Ah, very nice. Very nice. All right, we'll send Nick Wayne. He'll get tapped out in about 3 seconds. Ha! There's your block. This gimmick at Christian's just too good. Yeah, like he's... Menard is actually getting over here. Well, I guess now that 2.0 is taking a little bit of a break right now thanks to Ruby Soho. No fault of hers, you know. Love has to flourish. But I'm really loving how this card's shaping up right now. Now we just got to worry about TBS title. We got to worry about the women's. Well, we got Toni and Deonna, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. Van Dam's like, I don't need an opportunity. I'm already there. All right, well, Hangman's fired up, but it's like, what exactly are we looking at here? This won't last long. There's an already in the ring competitor, so. I wonder what the significance of Stage 7 is at Warner Bros. Studios. Versus local competitor who's about to get killed. Winnow's pretty much dead. This will take like... I almost feel like we should put a poll up for how long this match will go. I find it amazing that if she gets any real offense whatsoever here, which she actually is. Well, she did get one move in here, this Sydney Winnow. But we are getting 2 women's matches tonight, so that's... I can't remember the last time that Dynamite got 2 women's matches on the same card. The cameraman's now starting to play on stuff. That's great. Oh, City got 2 moves in. And it's funny, she set herself up for that shot before, and now... So what submission is she going to go for here? Oh, going for Deonna's armbar. Yep, there we go. I love that the referee doesn't even look to break the hold after the submission. So Storm's just sitting there. It's the little details that drive you nuts, right? And Luther gets to carry Storm out. That's great. Oh, we're just going to have back-to-back matches right now? Doesn't even let her get her full exit. Look at this camera work, chat. That filter is pretty awesome right there. She does look like a vaudevillain. At least this match will be a little bit more competitive than the last one. And then they got to get off the stage in a hurry. Won her last singles match at Ring of Honor. So apparently Madison Rayne is like the... has now become the head women's coach of AEW at this point. I didn't realize how much work she did behind the scenes before an Impact. Oh, the good old handshake. We haven't seen those in forever. Oh, that's right. The week of WrestleMania. That's Supercard of Honor is always on that Friday. Going to be on exactly at the same time as WrestleMania SmackDown. I don't know if we're really going to have, if there is going to be much to watch on that SmackDown. Last year there wasn't. And this crowd could not give two hooks about this. Do they call this a Japanese crowd? Because they only applaud for the big moves? You could hear a mouse fart. Yeah, I don't know. This crowd just... Well, I think they said this is the first time they've gone to Oklahoma. Like, I don't know what the final ticket total was here. I don't know how full the building is. The way it's getting shot, they're not showing much of the backside, so... But yeah, as you're... when you're sitting here, like, there was a little bit of energy throughout the rest of the card, but right now... Pff, there it is, a little bit louder. Well, it was a little bit quiet. Now it's picked up a little bit. Now we're heading into the picture-in-picture. That's always fun. I really wonder how they're going to be able to change the fortunes of the women's division here. I also think, once again, this is a dead crowd. First time AEW. A lot of people don't understand what happened here. That's true, Zodiac. The booking wise, in terms of the heat out there, it sort of makes sense there. You got that Christian Daniel Garcia promo where everybody's all fired up. Toni Storm, whose gimmick could go anywhere. And then a quick interruption by Deonna Purrazzo doesn't even give Toni a second to think before she leaves. I would have almost... The only thing I could have done that would have helped maybe is just put a promo in between, a quick one. Plus, it's not like the ending's in doubt. Yeah, like... It's just like that opening match. That probably would have been the first match in a long time would have been able to do a poll for. Like a channel point poll. For those that are wondering why I don't do the channel point polls on Dynamite, it's like we all know what's going to happen for a finale here. So whatever happens for a finish. So it's not... Basically, it's just recycling points, so I just decided not to bother at this point. If we get covering pay-per-views here, which we might end up doing here in the future, I'm not 100% sure what's going on with their sponsorship of Beer Kid. I do have to get a confirmation for next week, like I was mentioning earlier. If by some chance we aren't doing the spot at Beercade, we will be on here for a sidecast for the pay-per-view. Frankly, I'm off for an entire week, and that's the middle of my week. So we're going to sit down. We're going to enjoy that pay-per-view the way we're supposed to. So thoughts on Jey Uso initially booked to beat Gunter? I'll be frank with you, Zodiac. When it comes to WWE right now, I don't believe a single report of what this should have happened, what shouldn't have happened, this was planned, that was planned. I honestly do feel that WWE at this point, because Vince is no longer around to have history with any of these any reporters in particular, I honestly feel that they're feeding information to certain people and seeing who's leaking. Because I don't feel that they would change the Intercontinental title on a random Raw this close to WrestleMania. Like, don't get me wrong, the booking somewhat makes sense with having Jay versus Jimmy for the Universal or for the Intercontinental Championship. But in the same respect, what do you do with Gunter? Gunter is way too hot right now. And unless you're going to have like a returning Sheamus block him, cost him the title, and then they're going to have a beat up at Mania, it doesn't make sense. So, I'll be frank, I don't believe it one bit. Well, that was weird. So they're having a 9-man match. That's probably what's going to start the show off. And Brian Keith is now become an honorary luchador. Always a good sign. But yeah, it's just like they're saying that this Rock matchup was supposed to be... The Rock Roman Reigns matchup was part of the contract and all that. I don't know if it's true. Do I think it was probably true? Probably. Did they say that this was going to be the change all along? Ugh. She wasn't expecting that. Deonna, you're the face. Let go. Okay, that was... How do I put this politely? I love Deonna. I love Madison, but that should have went a lot more smoother than it did. And I know the crowd wasn't into it to begin with, but that last half was just, ugh. That ending was brutal, yeah. Now Toni's got the ankle lock on, nice. Yeah, she got spiked on her head and... Watch Deonna can't make the pay-per-view and Monet has to come in as a replacement. Permanent damage. What in the hell? Oh, Taz, God bless you. The hell was the lipstick for? Maybe I'm missing something here, chat. Let me know if I'm completely out to lunch, but what the hell was that? She's even putting it on her teeth, which is even worse. Oh, don't show this again. No, don't show this again. Jesus Christ. You guys, why do you want to show somebody getting injured like that? Jesus. I really sure hope they're okay. So now we're going to get Darby and Sting, and then... I wonder how long that... They replayed the face buster, or the DDT. She has been using a version of a hammerlock DDT at times. Thank you for proving my point. Somebody should get fired for that one. Ooh. All right, Sting. Okay. Oh, jeez. Well, at least we know my Sting wasn't on TV for a while. Okay. Oh no, keep Christian away from Sting. That was just way too easy of a setup there. So it's a tornado tag match now. Well, I guess that's all Sting does, right? Because it's actually really smart that way to do it that way if you're Sting, because then you don't have to worry about taking any heat in the ring. You don't have to worry about being part of the having to take a beating in there. Everybody gets to do a whole lot more and a whole lot less, I think is the best way to put it. When it's a tornado tag, you get your spots, you get your breaks, you get your spots, you get your breaks. Camera can shift to the other pair for a while, so that actually makes a lot of sense. Personally, I think it's absolutely genius. But it's going to be I think it's going to be a very intense match. The emotions going into it, the fact they're in North Carolina, it's going to be emotional. If you remember the Attitude Era, you get that reference. Tornado tags are more fun anyway, and the refs at AEW can never keep track of legal men. Hey, I'll give you that. I got to get some more sounds on here. I am working on a new setup here, so you'll be seeing a few things coming up here with more sounds and whatnot here. Hopefully after the pay-per-view here. That's why I got the week off, so I can get everything set up and good to go here. So, but speaking of which, for anybody new that's come in here, and the ads are off now, so just want to give you guys a quick mention here before we go. 2 weeks from tonight, I want to plug this because I want people to show up here because we're going to have a ton of fun. AEW Dynamite Sidecast, as well as AEW Collision Sidecast. I might come up with a cheaper name for that. Immediately followed by WWE 2K24. We're going to be playing the GM mode. We'll probably get out either a week or two, or if it's pay-per-view, we'll run the entire pay-per-view. But on the 9th, we are going to be starting our draft. So we'll end up drafting I'm thinking we'll probably do 4 brands. Not that we have to watch all of it. It makes things spicier when you have 4 different brands going on. If there was any online play, I'm sure I'd be able to sucker somebody into the other half of GM mode against me here, but unfortunately they can't figure out how to do online for that. Who knows these days? Maybe that'll be a big reveal coming up in the next few days. Could you imagine the pop they get that? Crash with my... Yeah, but Crash Holly's not here anymore. I'm sorry, I'm going to do this to myself on that one. That actually makes a lot of sense, though. I'm going to keep that in the reserve here. Because I got to work on some new graphics and whatnot and try to make things look pretty and all. So what do we got for a promo now? And Wednesday Dynamite. Nice. All right. Throwing this out here, folks. Maybe you can agree with me. Why are we giving Wardlow a mic? Why are we giving Wardlow a mic? Can anybody explain that to me? And Shawai's like, bye-bye. Throwing him out there as he's gotten better, maybe? Maybe. Thrown in jail, not just fired. That's impressive. Okay, Jericho. CM Punk. Yeah, it's because he almost got fired for not showing up to face you. Joe versus Wardlow would make Wardlow look silly. Yeah. That's why you're coming out here looking like that. So could this be a double or nothing preview here? Okay, yeah, no. All right. That almost sounded like a face promo. That almost sounded like a face promo. Well, of course you're a fan of Wardlow. Okay, here we go. Can somebody tell? I got a feeling that Deonna and Madison went a little short. Yeah, you did. Smoking guns. Someone troll Wardlow with the Rob Conway. Just look at me theme music. Oh my God. Jagger, that is such a great idea. How you doing tonight, Jagger, by the way? But I love that. Just look at me. I'm everything your eyes will see. Just look at me. So we get one more commercial break here. We'll probably end up getting a 20-minute main event. I got a feeling they're not going to go long tonight. And I do have a very strong feeling that that was a legit injury with Madison. So that little segment got cut a little shorter than it was supposed to be. I'm assuming Toni might have been coming back out to ringside before the end of the match. Just so instead of looking at the camera, she'd be looking at Toni at that point. But yeah, Wardlow's promo, like I said, the promo's good, but it feels like, best way to explain it is it felt like a face promo. It felt like a good guy that's been beaten on trying to get himself noticed, trying to get the fans to rally behind him. If Wardlow's this true undisputed kingdom member that wants to do it by any means necessary, he really shouldn't be played up to the crowd the way he is. And that's the one thing about AEW. This crowd, if you put in the hidden agendas, the euphemisms, the subtle nods, you're going to get over with this crowd. And personally, I don't feel it's smart. Exactly, Wardlow. Exactly, Zodiac, what I was saying about Wardlow before. Like, why are you giving him a mic? Just shut up and get him. But give him matches that will actually credit him for that. Like, I know he's done Rocky Romero, Trent Beretta. Give him something bigger. Give him Lance Archer. You think Archer and Wardlow won't rip it up? Won't produce a good match? Hell, we got Miro out there. Those two could bang heads, big meaty men slapping meat. They could do that for months. I don't think anybody would notice or would feel bad about it. As we're heading into our main event here right now, looks like. Oh. Nope. Ospreay promo. Do you guys get a chance to watch that Michael Oku Will Ospreay match from Rev Pro this week? I need to see that. Huntsville, Alabama gets the premiere of Will Ospreay as full-time AEW. Wait. Meat Madness? Meat Madness. Has anybody decided to bring in some smart stuff here anywhere? I got a feeling it's going to be Hobbs. It's going to be Miro. It's going to be Big Bill. But here's the question. Have you guys seen in that match that if you haven't seen the entire match between Ospreay and Oku, did you guys see the Super Mega Driver? That's a word I didn't expect for even. So Meat Madness, I really do hope they got Miro involved. I would just love to have a meat division. Have a stake as a championship belt. I love the fact that Hook is getting a little bit of a push here. And what do you think about last week? They had to come out separately and just say that Rob Van Dam has been signed for the 420 episode of Collision. Who would have put on their bingo card that in 2024 Rob Van Dam would be a consistent wrestler on TV and not look like crap? And I love the fact that Hangman has a sole focus on hurting Swerve. Like everybody else wants a shot maybe at Joe or maybe Brian Cage, you know, the weak links. The guy that doesn't have a championship. I would literally just walk out on Page if he's going to be like this the whole time. Hangman TA. All right, sorry, gotta get ready. Gotta light up. Yeah, Nana's here. We're getting a chance. Gotta swerve when I drive, and I'm gonna kinda fly, and I'm gonna catch some bugs, and I'm gonna hit some rugs. Getting caught on this rug as I do the dance around, and I'm really just gonna keep on sitting down because my back hurts. Ugh. There you go. There's your dance for this day. I'm gonna come up with some different lyrics here. Gonna find some new ones. The exercise for the day is now complete. Feel 10 pounds lighter already. So it'll take probably about, I'd say a good 15 minutes. This match will completely break down to everybody. And Joe's just like, yeah, no, I'm not going to go this way. I'll go the other way. This is good. This is going to be a good match regardless. I don't care what combination we get in the ring here. It's nice to see Hook getting a little bit extra pep, extra little step. But once again, everybody, just as we're getting ready for our main event here, just thank you for stopping by here this week. I truly do appreciate you. Whether you're chatting, whether you're lurking, whether you're just driving by, it's always appreciated. If all goes good, tomorrow we should be wrapping up the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, if you're wondering what up next on the docket. Right now, if everything goes good in the next couple days, I'm planning to get on Friday night. And if I do, more than likely we're going to hit up the DLC for AEW Fight Forever, featuring Swerve Strickland and Jamie Hayter, as well as the new arena. If not, we'll catch up with some of the SNES or the new Nintendo Online Classics. I was going to say SNES, but there's a few systems involved. But Friday will definitely be our wild card day. Saturday, we're going to play a little Tekken, get through some of the story modes so we can get some more unlockables done before we start playing around a little back with Street Fighter a little bit more, and decapitate John Cena in about 15 different ways. But Sunday, I won't be on stream. I can guarantee that one because I want to see somebody win $1 million. The finals of the Capcom World Tour are Sunday night. And I don't feel that I would actually be giving enough technical knowledge compared to some other channels when it comes to it. If you guys would want me to actually watch along that with you guys, like actually have it on my screen and I chat about it, let me know. But I think you probably get a few more. Maybe in the future, I think about doing that when the spot. I give you a little bit more knowledge about it. By the way, shout out to Brian Cage once again with Zodiac's favorite tights, mine as well. Streets of Cage. So it's March when they're starting to do their Canadian tour here. They're not making it over here to Alberta till May. I think they hit up Toronto in April. Or sorry, Winnipeg in April. But they're not going to be going to some of those smaller sites like Saskatoon and Regina just because they didn't show up. That's why it's always an important thing. If you have wrestling in the area, make sure you show up. Because if you don't, they might not be there. You gotta love how RVD got completely lost, and then all of a sudden, nope. And Hook pulls him off, and he's extra pissed. So we go into picture here. That was hilarious. Paige is looking at Hook and he's like, what the hell are you doing, bud? Now that he gets to the corner, now he tells him to beat up Cage. All right. That makes a little more sense. The thing is, he doesn't want to get this match thrown out, and that's what we're looking at here. Sorry, chat. I got to run for one quick second. I'll be right back here. I'm going to leave the screen up here. I shouldn't be more than 30 seconds here. Goddamn quad tightening up. Ow. Sorry about that, chat. Been having just had a little cramp there in the old quad there, so had to go loosen it up a little bit and just walk around, get some more water in me. Yeah. Good to see that it almost perfectly sets up what's going to be happening in the main event of Revolution here. I could almost see Hangman Page eating a pin just so the fact that he wouldn't let Strickland win. And that could cement the heel turn for the fans, right? But I do feel there's going to be a... Oh, here we go. So, Tony Khan just threw this out here. And if you guys weren't here at the beginning of the show, I talked about this. The former vice president of live production for WWE, Jennifer Pepperman, she left WWE just a few weeks ago. I don't know whether it was a resignation or she was one of the layoffs, but she literally just got signed today by AEW. One of the big things that she was working on is production for the shows, as well as making sure that women were booked on those shows. Making sure they're hitting all the dynamics, right? So with the fact that Mercedes is coming in, plus they're producing more women in charge, as well as creating some more production, a higher level of production, I got a feeling that post-Revolution we're gonna be running big time here when it comes to AEW. Oh, God. I'm sorry, Hook, but this could be a month. Come on, spit it out, Tony. You can say it. So yeah, Tony Khan, I just read the note, read the complete tweet. I just retweeted it out, or reposted, whatever the hell we're gonna call it. She's actually working on tonight's show as well, so it does look like they've done a good job getting the time back where it needs to be here. Because the hot tag was going to be on Van Dam. Wow. Old man getting that leg drop still. Joe gets worked. Oh, here we go. All the classics. I love the fact that he adjusts his step over there for his little older age. Used to be that he would just swing his leg up. Oh, Van Dam almost missed. Wow. Still got it off, though. Cage should be tagging at this point, I would think. I'll be shocked if this goes over the top of the hour. Oh, Van Dam went down and Joe, what a recovery by Joe there. He's even got the grin on his face like, yeah, I did that. We got another picture going on here tonight. Yeah, normally he'll do a full Pele there right up to the top of the head. And just got... RVD went down, so Joe made the adjustment. Like, is there another wrestler that is as smooth as Samoa Joe in terms of, adapting on the fly and doesn't really make any single move look bad? He'll make you look like a troll, an absolute troll at times, but there won't be a position here where he makes some... He won't make you look bad, he'll make you look stupid. There is a difference. And when I say stupid is, you see that ever meme where the guy's jumping off the top rope and Joe just decided to take 3 steps to the left and just shake his head like, what the hell are you doing, bud? It's one of my favorite spots ever when it comes to a wrestler here. Because that's what I'd be doing. I'll be like, no, I'm not taking that. Go away. Just makes it that much more impactful when he actually does hit something on him, right? But yeah, when it comes to the main event here at Revolution here, I really do feel like Hangman's eating this pin one way or the other, whether it's voluntarily or involuntarily. Because I just have this weird feeling that the best match they could have at Wembley. Like, don't get me wrong, Joe would be a hell of a pick for champion going in against Ospreay. But I would, if you're not going to do that, I would almost say, why not go with Swerve at Ospreay? That to me is the money match for everybody. You have 80,000 people doing the Swerve dance at one time. And yes, I know I'm not going to see 80,000 there. There was 80 last year. I would say you're going to get closer to 60 this year. And I think Bash in Berlin is going to have a lot to do with that. A lot of people, if they have money, they are going to do the double trip. Because Bash in Berlin, I do believe, is on All Out weekend. Like the one back in Chicago. But it's just a week after All In, right? So if I was booking a trip, I would like to see if I could get both sets of tickets and just spend the week traveling Europe. I would love to see Joe just forget about RVD to the point where he makes the tag over to Hook. Like, that's a big thing with Hangman here. They're talking about how his job was to clean up Swerve. Well, what about Joe? I'd want to beat up the champion. There's Hangman. Ha! Page slipped. Okay. That was impressive. That was impressive. Oh, God, that would have sucked. Oh. Well, he had answers for everything. But the way he landed off that dive, that's the way that Shotzi and Charlotte both got blown out knees, right? God, I love Joe. No fooling around, just boom. Drive-by kick by Van Dam. I find it ironic that Shivani said nobody gets higher than RVD, and then RVD accidentally sandbags Cage on that pump handle. You could have had the buckshot and could have won the match. Hook didn't want to do the power bomb. That's hilarious. Because he's not tall enough, right? Because it would have looked dumb if he's underneath his entire body doing it. So the German actually looks a lot cleaner there. Oh, reversal, red rub there. Yeah, but everybody forgets Samoa Joe's the legal man here. Well, Hangman tried to get Swerve. Gee, I wonder why that graphic's just popping up right now. Well, they're working together just fine. Well, there goes the woo energy out of the side. Oh, there goes the truce. And there goes the announce table. Dang. Now, out of all this, if I was smart, it's Hook and Joe that are legal. All right. RVD pulled Aubrey out of the ring. That's hilarious. Oh yeah, RVD's there to heat the pit anyway. He has to be. It's either him or Cage. Nice suplex. No way. Nope. There's a choke. There we go. He's out. You had to know that was coming. Van Dam is there to eat that pit in that matchup. Either him or Cage. I just can't believe they got Jude Akiyama there for Saturday. You want to talk about old school WCW? There you go. And Hangman's ankle's broken probably. Well, they only went over 5 minutes, so that's not bad. It's more of a norm now than the exception. So overall, I think it was a very good show. Went through very quickly. Like that match off the top of the card with FTR at BCC, that was just chef's kiss on how you set up a pay-per-view match. This main event did all the things it needed to do to progress the story. Done very well. The two women's matches, well, Madison, Deonna was clunky at times. That horrible move of the night. Just, I don't know. Somebody in production's got to be talked to about that one. But then, and Toni Storm versus local competitor. I didn't expect local competitor to get as much as he did. Then you got Mike Bennett versus Orange Cassidy, which turned out to be a fantastic match and definitely showcased what Mike Bennett has in his arsenal as well. So, you know you're going to get a good match with the Undisputed Kingdom regardless, but with Orange Cassidy, you can slowly start to see the changes in philosophy as well. So, that turned out really well. I feel it was a really good, really well done job there by everybody involved. And yeah, it was all in all a good show. Getting to the pay-per-view in 2.5 or a week and a half, which is pretty exciting. The Revolution's going to be a good card. They're starting to put some more matches together to make things simple here. The Daniel Garcia promo with Christian Cage. So that's going to be our TNT match. like I said, we're just waiting for a TBS match to get set up here, which I don't even know if they're going to have one. Then from there, you're looking the other titles. We can talk about this next week as we get close to the pay-per-view here, but